Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a founder and the Chief Design Officer here at AppVantage. Today, I want to walk you through the three top features of our new app, AdminDash. The first one is something that I know drives admins crazy. I know that because one of us is actually a ServiceNow admin, and he actually walked me through this process so that I could really understand exactly how frustrating this is for people. So imagine you're an admin and somebody sends you a link to one of your forms and is like, hey, there's a terrible typo on here, please fix it. Or, hey, this desk setup form is really basic. I don't want to have to type out all of the things that I need for a desk. Could you just like put some drop downs here with standard equipment? If you want to be able to do that, it's going to be kind of annoying, right? You have this link. You would think it'd be really easy to take that link and go straight to editing that form, but actually, what you have to do is you have to go up to the address bar. You have to find the sys ID. It's this really long string of numbers, so you're not going to be able to remember it. You got to copy it. I just paste it in a sticky note off to the side, and then you have to open another tab in the back end, and then you have to click all. Type in maintain items, open that page. Then you have to get rid of all these default filters that are in there. Switch to sysID contains, and then you paste in the sysID for the record, and then you hit run. And then finally, you can open up your record, right? And here you can edit it, you can do whatever you need to, you can find information about it, you can figure out who has access to it, if there's an access issue, whatever you need to do, right? That is way too much. That's so complicated. Why? Right? So we decided to make that a whole lot easier for people. Um, all you have to do if you have Admin Dash is just click on the little mountain, the little AppVantage mountain, um, and then go down to View Record in Backend, and voila, there it is in the back end. Now here you can edit it, all the same things. It's the exact same page, no difference, see? So that's just a whole lot easier for people, right? Just one click instead of like, I don't even know how many clicks that was. This is a lot of clicks. Not just a lot of clicks, but a lot of time and a lot of working memory being used. And it's just a lot. So we're hoping that that will make people's lives a lot easier. Another thing that you can really easily get to from any record is what's called the available for list. This is super handy. All you have to do is just hover over and you get a full list of everybody, every group, everyone who is able to see. You're going to have all of them there. And we've styled it in a way that it will be really readable, even if it's a longer list. Usually those lists aren't super long, like maybe like 5 to 10 things. But even if it does get pretty long, we're using the default styling that ServiceNow uses for their tooltips, and so it'll break nicely and it'll be really easy to read. And then the final thing that I want to show you today, this is something that is almost a solved problem, but not quite, right? This is something that ServiceNow kind of like listened to people and did like kind of the bare minimum to answer their requests. But we have a slightly better handling for this particular feature. So it used to be that you could only impersonate from the back end. And then once you're impersonating the back end, you can view the front end. Recently, they did add the ability to impersonate from the front end, right? However, impersonating from the front end is a little frustrating because when you impersonate from the front end, on out of the box ServiceNow, you click on the little face, you hit impersonate, you pick your user, it takes you back to the home page. Now you've lost your context, right? Now you've lost the page that you were on. What are you going to do, right? You had to go back. The back button in ServiceNow is not particularly reliable, so you're gonna have to find the thing that you were on all over again, right? Which is frustrating. It's a bit, it's like it's not the end of the world, but it's very annoying. So instead of having to do that, let me go ahead and end impersonation. Instead of having to do that, what we're going to do is make it a lot easier on people. So say we're still on that desk setup form, but we want to see, if all of our like available for settings are set up right, and everybody who's supposed to be able to see it can see it, and the people who aren't supposed to be able to see it can't see it, right? So what we want to do is just go ahead and again click that AppVantage mountain, hit impersonate and stay, select our user. And now, as it should be, when you impersonate from our app, you stay right where you were. You don't lose your context, you don't lose your train of thought, you know exactly where you were. Nothing has changed except now you are able to see it as the user that you intend to see it as. In addition, we have made it really clear if you're impersonating, even if you're impersonating from the out of the box experience, you can see that our little mountain, now we have an eyeball, now it's bright red, so it's really easy to tell at a glance if you are still impersonating as somebody else or if you are seeing it as yourself. That's a really important distinction a lot of the time, because sometimes when you have like a whole bunch of different tabs open, you're doing a bunch of different things, it's very easy to forget, like, am I impersonating or not? Oh, I don't know, right? So now you don't have to worry about that. It's very visible, again, whether you're using our app or their out of the box experience. Thanks so much for spending time with me to learn about some of the ways that we're trying to make ServiceNow admins' lives easier. These are just the top 3 features in our new app Admin Dash. We have a lot more in store.